everyone, and welcome to Marketing and Sales Over Cocktails, the weekly podcast that helps you grow your business, improve your life, and enjoy yourself along the way. I'm your host, Alan Langer, and every week we try to bring you the best thought leaders, the best business leaders, and the best minds out there to help you succeed in business and in life. So sit back, relax, grab your pad, your pen, and your favorite beverage, and enjoy the next episode of Marketing and Sales Over Cocktails. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Marketing and Sales Over Cocktails. This is Alan Langer. We are at episode 5, believe it or not. This podcast has been awesome. It's flying. I've had one great guest after another, and that doesn't stop tonight. I've got Sam Moss with us tonight, another LinkedIn fame, from LinkedIn fame. That's how we met, and Sam does a lot of great stuff on LinkedIn, but he's really a website expert, and you're going to hear a lot about how to properly position and how to properly do things on your website tonight. And he has this thing he puts out called the 5 biggest mistakes that you can make on your website. We're going to go over that tonight. I think you better get your pen out because it's going to be pure gold by the time we're done. So without further ado, but before, I know Sam does not drink, but he's having an iced tea, I believe, Sam? Yes. So he's got a Golden Peak iced tea there?
Gold Peak raspberry iced tea.
Raspberry iced tea. I'm actually trying the Corona hard seltzer tonight, and I got to tell you, the mango is pretty tasty, so give that a shot. They did not pay me to say that. It's just a natural organic. It's a delicious drink. So anyway,
if Gold Peak wants to sponsor me, go for it. Send it to my house.
Hey, Sam, thanks for joining me on the program, and how you doing tonight?
Absolutely, man. I'm doing awesome. Honored to be here. Yeah,
so we're kind of doing a little back and forth here. Sam had me on his podcast last week, and his podcast, I believe, is called Small Business Made Simple, correct?
Yeah. Yep. Looking forward to yours coming out.
Yeah. So tell the audience a little bit about yourself and how you got into what you're doing and, where you're heading now.
Yeah. So I own a business called One Click Agency, and we design and we build websites for businesses. And then if a business has a website already, then we will help them take care of it. So we hit those 2 areas, and how I got into it, my dad has owned this business for a while, and we kind of merged right out when I was getting out of high school and made it more of a family-owned business. And we've been able to run with it from there and grow it and kind of morph it into what we've got going today. So pretty exciting.
So when I look at your stuff, now I'm a certified StoryBrand guy. I went out to Nashville, got certified by Donald Miller. I don't know if you're certified, but you definitely are following, your stuff definitely follows a StoryBrand framework. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I am not certified, but I have probably digested every single piece of content he's ever put out 3 or 4 times. I mean, just phenomenal stuff. And what's really cool is we're able to implement it in a website for a business a website that we build for another business because we know it will help them. And the thing is that I've kind of noticed it. Originally I was saying, hey, this is going to be StoryBrand, themed, like we're going to really lay it out like that. And they're just like, huh? And they don't get it. So we just make that a nugget. And when it works for them, then we can tell them. But we base all of it off it. I love what's going on there, and we base our business off it. We base the websites, and that's how much we believe in it.
For those of you out there who don't know or have not heard about the StoryBrand concept, really look into it. It's a marketing concept about clarifying your message, basically. And what Don Miller does is he helps you how to lay out a website in a very specific, clear way. And the thing I remember the most, and you did this, when I look at your website, you're doing it brilliantly, and I'm sure you do this for everyone else, is when someone visits your website, they got to answer 3 questions in the first 8 seconds. Mm-hmm. What do you sell? How do I get it? And how's it going to make my life better?
Yeah.
That correct?
That is correct. Yeah, that's one of my points that we'll talk about too.
Great. Okay.
That's one of the mistakes. That's one of the mistakes that people make.
All right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to circumvent the 5 mistakes. So
no, we get it from the same place. So
yeah. It's awesome stuff. And when I do some marketing and helping someone with their website, that's the first 3 questions I ask. And it's amazing. I'm sure you see this all the time. It's amazing how many websites don't answer those questions.
It's pretty sad.
Yeah, it really is. And if you're someone like anyone out there who needed something and they're searching for something and they get on a website and they've got to find what they're looking for on that website, how crazy frustrating is that?
They're gone.
Yeah.
Before they even decide that they want to go looking, unless you are, the celebrity and you decided to hide what they needed, then they're just going to leave. So you're just shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So let's get into it then. So you got five of the biggest mistakes that companies or that people do with their websites. Tell us what they are.
Yeah. So we see these all the time when it comes to websites. So we're just not making them up. This is stuff we've seen day in and day out when it comes to building websites and helping, businesses stand out online. So the first common mistake is not including a bold call to action in the header of your website and down the homepage of the website. And what I mean by a bold call to action, I mean like join now, call now, schedule a meeting, schedule an appointment. All those are bold call to actions that tell your customer, hey, this is what we're offering and this is how you can get it right now. It's incredible how many businesses, they don't put that on their website. And it's like, how do I do business with them if I wanted to?
Right.
I have to scroll into like the bottom of the page to find like the link to page 3 where there's a contact form. Make it easy and then repeat it down the page. Don't pull them a bunch of different directions with join now and then maybe call now here. Make it uniform, make them look bold, make them pop, and then just repeat them right down the homepage. That's like the single most, one of the best things that you can do on your website, and no one's doing it. It's so easy. You can do it on your own.
Yeah, and you know what? It's aggressive. It's not passive aggressive. I think the problem with people is they're afraid. So many people are afraid to ask for the sale or to ask for money, so they want to kind of do it in a passive aggressive way, like, learn more, and like, if you want to talk to me, visit page 7, and then you can like click here. Miller said it the best. He's like, it's like walking in the store. You pick out a pair of shoes, and then you can't find the register. It's like,
exactly.
It's like, where do I go? It's the same thing. So huge. So tip number 1, have a very bold call to action. And I would say have that as you're scrolling down the website almost on every page, right?
Yeah, I would repeat it. You can even, something that we do is just, obviously as you get into like the about page and some of the services page later on the website, you don't need it, every section on the page, but a couple here and there are great. I mean, the goal is to make it as easy for a potential customer when they're coming to your business, as easy as possible to do business with you. So if that means putting those buttons wherever you think they need to go, that's what you need to do, because if they can't find out how to do business with you, then they're not going to.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What's number 2?
So number 2, the second common mistake that we see a lot is putting too many words in the header. I mean, this is kind of what we brushed on before, but a lot of times businesses, they'll think that they need to put their history, everything about them, their family, their core values in the header. And for those of you who aren't familiar with like website lingo, basically when you land on a website and the first thing you see, that's what's called the header. So before you ever scroll, before you ever click anything, you need to be able to answer the 3 questions that we had brought up before. So what does your business offer? So ask yourself, what is the physical, tangible thing that you are offering? Narrow it down. The second thing is, how will it make your customer's life better? So ask yourself, what is the one most significant way my customer's life will improve with that answer? And then the third thing you need to be able to answer in the header is, why do they need to buy, or what do they need to do to buy? So that comes back to your call to action. So ask yourself, what action does my potential customer need to do business with me? So call now, join now, whatever it is, take them to a form. But those 3 things are the only things you need in your header. And it really is like a half a sentence in a couple of different spots. It's not much at all. So if it's more than that, people are going to go. They don't want to be bogged down by lots of words, finding out more about you. They can do that later on if they really want to get to know you. Right. But 3 things, keep it simple, and really just make it a game to see how many words, the least amount of words possible to explain those and answer those 3 questions. Yeah.
So it's, again, going back to, it's amazing how many companies and individuals don't have that on their website. And it's a common mistake in not only websites, but in marketing in general. Companies want to give you as much information as possible. They just like, here's everything about us all at one time. Mm-hmm. And that's such a big mistake. You can't do that in marketing. You certainly can't do it on a website, because people can't handle all that stuff at one time. The human brain can only handle 3 things at one time. And that goes to probably another section you're going to talk about. But you got to have things in threes. And if it goes more than that, like you said, they're gone. They're off to the next website. They're not going to burn those calories trying to figure your website out. So
the goal is really just to spark the curiosity to get them to continue scrolling. So that's your goal with that section. They don't need to know everything. They just need to know enough to go, oh, this could be interesting.
I like this guy.
Let's scroll a little bit. Yeah, let's figure out more.
Right. Exactly.
That's where you can have some more information.
All right. So we got call to action. We've got too many words in the header. I can't see crap without my glasses. All right. Number 3, what's common? See, I keep my glasses on and then I got a screen reflection. I take them off and I can't see. So I don't know what I'm going to do here. So common mistake number 3, what do you got?
Yeah. So common mistake number 3 is not including a simple plan for potential customers to follow. And there's a key word there called simple.
Mm-hmm.
So if your business is really complicated to do business with and it takes 67 steps, do not, for the love of God, lay out those 67 steps right on your website. Because if I come to your website, I'm going to be freaking overwhelmed and not want to do business with you. We're making it easy for our potential customers to go, oh, well, this guy, look, it's 3. Okay, that's easy. Let's do business with them. So for example, here, we did a website for like a landscaping company. So it was super simple. We did 3 steps. And to do business with them, it takes more than 3 steps, but we did bite-sized pieces. So the first one was schedule a meeting. Easy enough. And then we had some simple text below, like, hey, this is when we're open. Call us whenever.
Right.
And then step 2 was find a landscaping plan for you. So basically it was saying, hey, schedule a meeting, sit down with us, and we'll talk about your needs and how we can take care of your lawn and your property. And then the last one was, hey, rest assured. And then right below it was, guess what? You get your summer back to yourself. No more mowing lawns on the weekends. Mm-hmm. And those were the 3 steps. And obviously there's a lot more in between them. But as a consumer, when I land on this website, I know, oh, wow, it's really simple. Man, it's that easy for someone just to start mowing my lawn. Super simple. Like you said, the law of 3, people don't want a lot of things they need to consume. You need to get your plan down into 3, maybe 4 steps, no more than that.
Right. And you're so right, because even if it does take 67 steps, in reality, you can't let them know that up front. You got to let them know that we're gonna make this really easy for you, even if there is a lot of steps in between.
Absolutely. So, and then put that right on your homepage. Just say, hey, this is literally what we said was our process is easy. And then we laid out the 3 plans, or the 3 steps, and then right below it, we had that bold call to action, schedule a meeting. Easy as that.
Yep. Easy as pie. Okay, so 3 simple steps. All right. Common mistake number 4.
Common mistake number 4 is forgetting to add the stakes of not buying your product or service. So this is like the technical term, is called loss aversion. And basically what it is we want to tell our customers what is at stake and what could they potentially lose if they don't do business with us. And this is not like to scare them into buying. Mm-hmm. It's more of a gentle reminder. I like to think about it as like salt. You don't want to put too much on a dish. Like it'll be great if you add a little bit, add that flavor. And then if you just dump on way too much, it's disgusting. So it's the same way with loss aversion and adding those stakes, telling them, this is what could potentially happen. You don't want too much. Just a couple sentences. And this is what we did on a website. So we said, life is too short to worry about finding a college. Feeling overwhelmed and discouraged about choosing a school is wrong. You're meant for more. Apply now. 2 sentences.
Yep.
Or, 3, 2.5. You know what I mean? And that's all we did. But it was just a gentle reminder saying, hey, you shouldn't actually need to be like worried and stressed out about finding a school. This is the one. We're gonna.
Right. And it's also, again, it's very subtle. It's like, you don't have to do business with us, but this is what it's going to be tough if you don't. This is going to be difficult to do this by yourself or to go with someone else.
Yeah. What is it costing your customers not to do business with you? Yes. Give it some thought. Definitely put that on the homepage. I know we're talking a lot about the homepage, but that's where a lot of the hub of a website is really these days. It's just a sales funnel. It's a sales page right there.
Yep. Awesome. I have a feeling I know what number 5 is, but go ahead. I'm not going to say anything. You go, and I
want to hear your guess. Let's hear your guess.
Well, I would say that if you want to tell a customer what how's it going to feel like to not do business with you, you got to put in there what's it going to feel like if you do business with you, the success feeling. Am I right?
So get this. everyone seems to do that already because they think they're the greatest company since the inventors of sliced bread. So they already share the values. So they're like, hey, we do this, we do this. This is the fifth mistake that we have that you're going to laugh when you hear it. It's a common mistake is not visually portraying the success. So I guess you're right. It ties right in your customer experience when they do business with you. To boil that down, the pictures visual, right? The pictures.
Yes. Yep. I agree.
It's like, okay, this makes me laugh. And it's just like, come on. So I don't know why, but the financial planning industry thinks they need to put like a mountain train track on every single website. And I'm like, guys, this is the easiest thing to fix. Like you want, the goal is you want photos on your website. They need to have smiling customers interacting with your product or service. If you're a financial planner, sorry if that's on your website. I know a couple financial planners, but I don't think it's on theirs. But, excuse me. But basically have them sit and, take a freaking fake photo of someone sitting down with a budget and you're like smiling, looking over it with them. You know what I mean? Right, they need to be excited about doing it. Money is like a scary thing to some people. They don't want to let people into their personal finances. That's a perfect example. But literally portray that success. Use the photos on your website to visually back up the wording that we've been working on. Pictures, they tell 1,000 words. I know it's kind of a cliche thing to say, but it's really, really true. Really important for a website to make sure that the images line up with showing the success and basically, like I said, backing up the words that are already there.
Yeah, the images lining up with the copy is a huge thing. And copy on a website is everything. It's just like, people only buy when they see the copy that's going to make them buy. And that's what you're talking about right here is that clear, crisp copy that really nobody else does, and it makes your website just stand out that much further. Mm-hmm. Here's something funny that you'll appreciate. So I actually do this. I've done this seminar quite a few times about websites and about marketing, and almost basically talking about what you do. But I found this website once, and I took a picture of it, and it's at the beginning of my presentation. And I ask everyone in the audience to look at the website, the header, the main page, and tell me what they sell. And it's literally, you said mountains. Well, this is like a mountain with a beach. And it's said about and whatever, the little, the navigation place. So people would raise their hand as, oh, it's a backpacking company or it's trips to Hawaii or whatever it was. I said, everybody ready? This company sold industrial strength cleaning supplies. And they had this beautiful mountain and an ocean. And you're like, what were they thinking? Like nothing anywhere on the website talked about cleaning supplies until you got to like page 10.
It reminds me of what Donald Miller has said a number of times, and I say this too. It's basically like he's been to a website that looks fantastic, but he can't figure out what they do. And then he went to a website that had a clear message, but it wasn't like the most aesthetically pleasing website. It got the job done. Right. And he chose to do business with them. It's not all about the design. And so many people are stuck on that. They'll go out and they'll pay for this beautiful website that, I get where they're going with the mountain a little bit, like, hey, you're going to reach the top, your financial destiny. And it's like, right. Maybe if you put that on there, like you'll reach the mountaintop of success, then okay, I can see it tie in. But you know what I mean? So you hit the nail on the head.
Yeah. It's crazy stuff. So this is all great. So the common mistakes, I'm going to see if I got them all. Not including a clear call to action, too many words in the header, not being clear enough with the steps or making it easy to do business with you with 3 or 4 clear steps, showing the customer, the visitor, what is the consequences of basically not doing business with you. And then obviously showing visions of success if they do business with you. Yeah. Those are the mistakes that people are not doing.
Exactly. Yeah. And it happens all the time. We see websites every single day where, I mean, I get it. It's what's been done for years. Right. It just isn't working anymore. And you got to change up the game. And it's huge. This is all the fun thing is, as a business owner, whoever, I'm not sure exactly your niche of listeners. I mean, sales experts and marketers and stuff. This is all stuff you can really go do on your own. You don't need a website developer to go revamp, redesign, and rebuild this whole site, $10,000 into, oh, well, we got to fix all this now. This is literally all stuff that you can fix on your own. And it's so simple. I mean, we're talking about switching out photos, adding some buttons and a plan and changing up some of the text. Like you can do it.
You can do it, but some people don't want to do it, or they're afraid to do it, or they just get too, they want to hire someone like you to do it. I mean, Now tell me, so is it just you and your dad doing the company, or is you guys got is it a big company now, or like what's your?
Yeah, so it's just the two of us right now.
Okay.
We keep all the work mostly in-house, so we do all our builds and stuff. And then in addition to that, we do like the web hosting. So it's kind of basically when someone calls, they know that they can either fix their website, fix their hosting, or get something changed. It's all in one place. So we try to make it easy for them.
And what is, so here's one thing that this is going to be a personal question, because I can design a website. I can sit here and I can design a website. I don't want to freaking design a website. It's just not what I want to be doing. I like it, but I just don't have time to do it. So I've tried, like my personal website is on Squarespace. And I'm like, yeah, it's okay. Then I always hear, WordPress. So I tried that, and what platform do you use, or would you recommend for people that are doing it on their own, or just recommend in general?
Yeah, so WordPress is typically what we use. We use WordPress, and then for some lower budgets, we use a program called Duda. Now, if you're on your own, Wix is great, Squarespace is great, and they can make some beautiful sites. The only thing is you just have to get used to doing it. And if you can take the time to figure out a Wix or a Squarespace, honestly, you can probably find just as much content about like WordPress. We use a Divi is a really popular platform on there. And a lot of, it's definitely more in depth than a Squarespace or a Wix, but a lot of the terminology carries over. And as long as you can find those buttons and those settings, then you can get it. And the thing that's cool is WordPress, there's just a ton of content out there on YouTube where if you have a question, someone has answered it. I know obviously Wix and Squarespace are getting there, and maybe they have a lot more content. The thing is, so many people use WordPress where it's just like, if you have a question, it can be answered. But if you're going back to your original question, if you're on your own and you're like, I am doing this on my own, not paying someone, then go do Wix or Squarespace. They're great platforms. So
Okay. That's what I thought. So, but if not, hire you, right?
There you go. That's even better.
Well, this is great stuff. So I want to hear a little bit about, before I let you go, you started your own podcast, Small Business Made Simple. Tell me why you did that and how it's going, and what's the whole premise behind that?
Yeah. So Small Business Made Simple. So our business, we serve small business owners. So we wanted to create content and value for them that they can consume and use. So basically once a week, and it's actually going to be a little bit more frequent now. Got some new stuff coming down the pipeline, but basically every single week we release an episode that is going to help a small business owner grow their business. So we cover like a very broad spectrum of things. Obviously we had you on to talk about sales, which was phenomenal. And we've had people talk about how to get more Google reviews, how to market, how to sell door to door. I mean, it's just a very broad brushstroke of tools business owners can use in their own business. And I've had a fun time. It's cool because it's not thought leaders and the authors. I mean, obviously you're an author, but you're in the trenches. You've done this before. And it's the same with anybody else that's been on the show. They've done it. They're not just giving you an outline of, what I keep saying, a book they wrote, because that's literally what you did.
I wrote a book, but I had a little skin in the game. So
exactly, it's the same thing. Yeah. So it's the same thing with these guys. These are literally business owners talking to business owners. That's Small Business Made Simple. So
great stuff, Sam. All right. So if people want to find you, they want to hire you, they want to talk about. First of all, you got to go on LinkedIn and look up Sam Moss, MOSS. He has some great content on LinkedIn. So I would start there, but if you want to, go to his website or whatever, how can people find you, Sam?
Yeah, oneclickagency.com. You can either use the number or spell it out. It goes to the same place. So.
Oh, really? Okay. oneclickagency.com. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. And then LinkedIn.
Number one or just 10 and E.
Yeah, whichever. I mean,
O-N-E.
Whatever's easier for people.
Yeah. Okay.
And then, because it would be confusing. Imagine if we just did the number. Then
okay. That's pretty smart. Yeah.
And then LinkedIn, I just look up Sam Moss, or ask Alan.
Yeah. I'll hook you up with him. No problem.
Yeah.
All right. Any parting words for our guests for website development and stuff? Any last thoughts?
Make it clear, make it simple, make it easy. Those are my three things. Don't overthink it.
There you go. Don't overthink it. Right. He just gave you 3 steps right there. He gave you a 3-step plan right there to get your website going. Well, Sam, thanks very much for joining us tonight. This was great stuff. hopefully everyone take a lot out of that. They took down your 5 mistakes and go back to their websites and take care of those things. Again, Sam Moss on LinkedIn or oneclickagency.com. Look him up. It'll be worth your time. And that is it for this evening. We are going to say goodbye. So this, once again, is Marketing and Sales Over Cocktails. Sam, thanks very much for joining us. And this is Alan Langer with the 7 Secrets Center for Sales and Marketing. And we will see you all next time.